All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. Salutations to all Achaman that pushing His truth and all truth and sincerity diligently throughout the four corners. All right. I'm the brother Shamar Moth from Great Millstone, Miami. Also from the camp of Great Millstone, Southwest Florida. Coming at you, Akim, while Akwath with another quick lesson. And Lord's will this lesson be quick, edifying, and straight to the point. All right. The title of this lesson is going to be "Turn to the Lord Now. Time is of the essence." Okay. Turn to the Lord now. Time is of the essence, and this is a call out, a cry out to all the Negroes, so like Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and West Indies, Haitians, and the speckled birds, all those that read their Bible, all those that have come across the Hebrew Israelites whose spirit is fancied by it, I should say. All right, you hear this word, you agree with it. Hey, right now is not the time to be straddling the fence. Okay, right now is not the time to be wishy-washy. All right, about your belief, about your faith. All right, right now is not the time to even be camp hopping. All right, we here at Great Millstone believe, starting with the apostles and elders on down, we believe that we have the 100% truth unadulterated. So to be honest, you should be following and studying under Great Millstone, because these other camps, with their wayward doctrine will lead you to damnation. Okay, but back to the point. Right now, it's not the time to be playing. All right, and putting the Lord off. All right. In fact, let's get that first. All right, let's get that first. It's that Sirach. Oh, Slakia. Is it 7 and 5? Let's see. I'm mistaken. No, it's 5 and 7. All right, it's 5 and 7. All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 5, verse 7. Okay, the water Yahweh Bashim Al Shah. It says, "Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance." All right. So now is not the time to be putting the Lord off, man. As the scriptures say, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord. Okay. Just look at what's going on in the news. Look how Iran and America are just trolling each other. Every other day, DJ Trump is talking about how he's gonna obliterate, Iran. There's been several economic experts who are saying that just by the end of this month and halfway through next month, all right, many countries are going to run out of gas, that energy source, man, oil. Okay, because of this whole Strait of Hormuz being closed down. Okay, Babylon is constantly putting their allies or her allies at more and more dire straits because of this situation. All right, so pretty soon we're gonna start seeing these these allied nations, all right, completely annex themselves, okay, from Babylon, man. All right. All right, pretty soon we're gonna see this economy really take that dip that we've been waiting for. All right, for the MOTB to be fully implicated, man. Pretty soon we're gonna see a famine that's gonna be so severe, all right, that people are gonna, as it tells us in Lamentation, people are going to wish they would have died from the sword, man. Okay, so it's not time to be right now. It's not the time to be again, like I mentioned, putting off the Lord, trying to do anything else but seeking the Lord, man. We should all, including myself, all right, be seeking the Lord, man. All right, staying upon our watch to the best of our ability, man. However it may be, whether you watching the news, whether you paying attention to the chats, whether you staying up to date with the lessons that brothers are putting out. All right, putting out lessons, continuing to edify. All right, we gotta do things. We gotta do the things necessary to stay close to the Lord. Okay, on top of what praying, reading, which we can all pray more. Okay, and we can all read more. Okay, but the point is not to put the Lord off, man. All right, because uh, the way the world is looking, we're in any time, any moment basis, man, and suddenly things could change, man. Things could change, and it's right when you think you're safe, right when you think you're secure. That's when all hell could break loose. All right, that's why when we read Thessalonians, it tells us that we have no need. All right, being the elect, Lord, so we are part of that number. We have no need to be written onto because we ourselves know that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. The Lord leaves us signs, and here it is. All the signs of His ushering in are here, man. So as it tells us in Romans 13 and 11, and that knowing the time, all right, we're seeing the times, right? Measuring the time diligently in itself. That now is it says, and that knowing the time, that now it is time, high time, Salakia, to awake out of sleep. So this is the high time. This is the highest point. After this shit, mum's the word, man. You don't know which way the Lord could take this world. Okay? But we here at Great Millstone understand and know and have that faith to fully persuaded that whichever way the Lord drags this world next is going to be towards the mark of the beast and towards World War III. Okay? All right? And it would behoove you, all right, or I should say it would behoove us, all right, to while we still in this grace period, while we still in the cool of the day, all right, to solidify ourselves with the Lord, get close to Him as much as possible, man. All right, at least we find ourselves out hanging, with our pants hanging down, or caught with no, out there with no protection or hedge, man. Okay, it says that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. All right, our salvation is right around the corner. All right, so what we have to do is what? Seek ye the Lord, Yahweh, while He may be found. Call ye upon Him while He is near. We are to call upon the Lord while He is near, and seek Him while he may be found, man, because pretty soon the Lord is going to go from being all open hands for His people to return unto Him, to closing His hands, so to say, with all the elect in it, protected and hedged off, while the rest of the nation of Israel is just doomed to damnation, man. Okay? Verse 7, it says, let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord Yahweh, and He will have mercy upon him, and to our God, for He will abundantly pardon. Right? All right, so forsake those evil ways, man. All right, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, the pride of life. All right, this world is full of wickedness, man. Let's set our affections upon things on high, man, where moth nor rust doth corrupt, man. All right, on the things that are immortal, man. All right, forsake this place, man. All right, leave it off, like Micah 2:10 tells us. Arise and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sword destruction. So leave this shit, leave Babylon alone, man. I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, man. All right, this place is supposed to be dead to us. Okay, yeah, we use the world, but not as abusing it. But sometimes, which I've fallen guilty of that too. Sometimes Jake could get so caught up in their daily lives that you don't realize how much energy or energy or effort you putting into this place, man. Fuck this shit, man. Okay, realize what's going on. The world is at a point of no return. All right, our Messiah is about to be here to deliver us, man. All right, so set our affections on high, man. All right, set our minds aright. Okay, seek the Lord. All right, chase after him. All right, do as we did during the time of when Yahushua was on the scene, man. Everywhere he went, all right, all right. Our people was chasing him, pulling shingles off the roofs, breaking doors, trying to get to him. Well, we need to be doing that in a spiritual sense, man. Doing everything possible and necessary to get close to the Lord. All right, so that way we could abide with Him. All right, because in doing so, the Lord is going to keep us. All right, Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So we are to do what, man? Keep the word of the Lord's patience, man. That's abiding in the vine. All right, that's taking heed to the doctrine and to the scriptures that was taught unto us, man. All right, doing the things that the scriptures tell us to do. All right, that's how you draw close to the Lord. Okay, do what the Lord tells us. Do what the Lord told us to do, man. All right, and stick to it. Okay. So with that, Lord's with this lesson was edifying. I want to give again all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachadash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders, and the bishops, and great millstone salutations to all Akim out there pushing truth and all truth and sincerity diligently throughout the four corners. Shalom.